Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and I am joining you today virtually. So give me a minute to make sure the computer is working. And I think so. So we are in Iceland right now, so I thought I'd just do a video for you ahead of time, and then I'll try to post some pictures from Iceland if I have time, or if I take good pictures. That's part of the problem, because I've heard it's supposed to be really pretty, so stay tuned and watch for that. Okay, let's see. So today I have a super simple card. I'm just mixing, matching. Been going through my stash, trying to use up some things. So I have these cards. I think they're from mixed media cards, I think is what they are. And of course they suggest using them for scrapbooking, but I think they work perfectly fine for cards. And just put that on the front of a card if you've got a cute card. Lots of fun designs that we can use. Today was great. That would make a nice thank you card. Some cute. If you've never tried these, they're usually one or two in every catalog. And they work well. These have some labels you can use, and then these are larger cards that you can use. And the one we're using today is this, and I think it's the same paper from the Mixed Florals paper, but this was a card. On the back it said grateful. So we're going to use that for our background on our card today. So we've got this going. We're going to use an image from Gallery Blooms. And the other day somebody posted, this is real pretty, but I don't like to spend time coloring. And I thought, well, you know, it's been forever since I've done any quick watercoloring, so I thought we'd try that. And this card just works well with that, because see, these flowers really are not colored all the way in. They're more watercolor looking. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to stamp with Memento. If you're going to do watercoloring, you want an ink that won't bleed. So you could do StazOn or Memento. And your colors won't bleed. You could also use watercolor paper, which I don't usually take. That if I was doing a real large image, I probably would use some watercolor paper. I'm not sure. Just depends on, I'm not very good at it, so I probably wouldn't want to spend a lot of time on it. Now, we do not sell watercolor pens anymore. So just, if you don't own some, try, you know, Amazon and one of those other crafty stores, see what they have. So I'm going to squeeze some water in here to kind of dilute our Calypso coral. We don't want it to be too strong, so we want it diluted. And all we have to do is just messily watercolor these pet blooms. It's much quicker than watercoloring the entire blossom. And it still looks pretty. I think that looks great. Now we'll put some green leaves on here. When you have watercolor pens, just rinse them off in the sink and you can change colors. And we'll switch to Old Olive. You could do Granny Apple Green here, I think, with this, but I'm not gonna switch. I think I would just give it a little quick color. So quick and easy. Now we're just going to use Lemon Lolly. We'll just put a little bit of yellow there in the center. This is a nice, easy card. Anne said, and it's pretty simple. Anne said the other day she likes simple, and so this is pretty simple. Still has a little wow factor. We'll die cut this. This is ready to go. I think adding layers is one way to make your card look special. So there's our little blossom. So we're going to start with basic white. We're going to mount our card on there. I had to trim that down a little bit so it would fit a card front. Because the cards in the Memories and More packs are larger than a standard card. I guess since they're really supposed to be for scrapbooking. I think that might be upside down. We'll just turn it around. Yeah, I think we want the tulips going the right direction. And one thing I don't do very often, we're going to mount on a colored card base, on a Calypso Coral card base. Not sure where my inside pieces has disappeared to, but we'll be, maybe it's over there. So this is 2 inches by 5. No, it can't be 5. Already forgotten. 4 7/8. And so this is 2 1/8 by 5. And we're just going to give it a little Old Olive frame around it. This is that new embossing folder. You get 2 in the set. And this one is just some pretty flowers. The other one kind of looks like architectural stained glass window look. Have not used it yet. Well, I will mount that on here. Okay, now I just cut, I think this is a 2-inch square from the Stylish Shapes. I tend to use circles all the time, so branching out here, I'm using a square. I think it's just easy, and so I thought this one could be just like a thinking of you card, so I picked the word hello from Sweet Blooms. Love these dies. You can die cut those, but we're just going to use that little hello. Always needing a thinking of you, miss you kind of cards. Or you could just say hello, happy birthday. I hope that got inked up good enough. Now we're going to mount this on, this is 2 inch, this is 2 1/4. No, 2 1/8. I tried 2 1/4 and I thought it would just look better with the smaller little pop of color there. Now we'll put this here on our card. Actually, I'm going to kind of line it up that way so you see more of the pretty DSP over there. This design would work with any DSP you have, or you can stamp your own background. We always have choices. But like I said, I've been trying to use up some stash because a new catalog's coming out soon, and I have to use what I have before a new one comes out. Now we'll put our little flowers on there, and of course they need dimensionals. So the new catalog's going to have Christmas, Thanksgiving, not Halloween, but maybe 1 or 2 things that you could use for Happy New Year. I have not seen it all, but we'll get to see it soon. And we'll put our now, of course, you know, usually I'll try to put a ribbon or something on there, but then this one, I thought I couldn't decide if I wanted ribbon or where I'd put it. So we're just going to put some pearls. These are, it's called Pearl Trio. I think that color works pretty good. I kind of think that's supposed to be Strawberry Slush, but it actually looks fine with these colors, so we'll pretend it's Calypso Coral. Move that over just a tiny bit. Not picking up very good today. There we go. Now that's pretty cool. Have that card finished in like 15 minutes. Except for my inside part, which I don't know. I thought I cut one, but maybe I didn't. So we'll cut an inside piece. I always have some extra laying around here. So we'll do 5 1/4 by 4. That's a fairly, put a really nice message in there. You could do smaller. Sometimes I do like 3 1/2 by 4. I think that's your choice. And now we have a little piece of this that we can put at the bottom. Dress up the inside. And plus, I think that when these, the Memories and More cards are a little thicker than DSP. They have more of a not quite as thick as cardstock, but more thicker than DSP. So that gives you a nice card base if you are using it for that. And now our card is finished. So pretty quick and easy, isn't it? Not real fancy, not lots of ribbon, but nice and quick. Just what we need when we're in a hurry. You could make a whole bunch of these at one time, couldn't you? Okay, thanks for joining me today while we did a quick video while we're on vacation. I'll see you soon. Bye.